Today's video relies solely on this slab of ice right outside the shop to be just squishy enough for traction. It started getting super warm out. The whole weekend we were working on Tim's car. It was extremely nice. And then the last 2 days it was below zero again, so everything froze. I think it's kind of redundant to say, because if you're seeing this, you're seeing this at work. Let's just get one more toot for the boys. But as of today, who knows if she'll ever run again, really. Thank you. 40,194 kilometers. Today we're doing something that I have done before, although I don't really remember it too much because it's kind of like a boring task. There's no way I can get the EK back in here by myself, and my friends can't come help me for a couple days. We're gonna let it sit out there. I need a break from that car anyways. But I feel like I've just been sitting around waiting for the perfect chance to start LS swapping this, and there's never gonna be one. We had a little bit of an issue with the rear bumper. We are waiting for a part to get in stock, which is also gonna ship with the front rad support, which you guys saw that is the wrong one. We upgraded the grill, but we need to upgrade the rad support. And so I decided today we start making progress with this. I know this might bring back some memories for anybody that watched the S10 I had out west. And right now we're doing a quick and dirty LS swap. If you guys go back and watch any of the EK videos, you'll see the quality that we are at as far as building cars. Extremely nice. This thing needs so much work, paint, frame resto, a whole bunch of stuff that right now, this exact time, I have other plans coming up. And I don't really feel like turning this into the next 4 months project. Instead, we're gonna do a quick and dirty sleeper swap. We're gonna take this old carbureted 2.6 liter V8. I definitely said that backward. And I came out here to do work, boys. So today, we're doing work. Dude, it's my missing socket. How long have you been in here? Dude, I can't believe that didn't fall off on the road. Young Robbie would be so proud of me right now. This is the first time I've ever had the S10 up on a lift, and it's my lift in my shop at my house. And when I bought this thing, I could barely afford the brake lines for it, dude. Young me would be so proud to see this. Well, hopefully whatever was living in here at one point in time enjoyed its stay, because you're never gonna get that chance again. I also love how once you just drop like one tiny little piece of metal, it's just boom, baby. Whole engine, not just a little bit of the engine, the whole, the whole thing is right here. Okay, please be the final bolt. Aha, nice. Okay, I forgot that in the 80s we used the entire fender as our inner wheel well. We didn't separate the fender from an engine bay wall. It's all just one piece. So this was definitely the custiest piece of the truck by far, which is good because this is the one that we're getting brand new, because we obviously had to hagger this thing to get those headlights in that day. Can we just also just take a second to look at like how empty that engine bay was? Like look at the sizing of where everything came around and how there's just nothing here now. Tons of room for a big old V8. So if you guys have been following since last time we had an S10, you remember that I forgot to drain the tranny, and when I pulled this yoke and I tilted the transmission, literally all the fluid spilled all over the floor, and it looked like an absolute crime scene in my garage. So this one's an auto, so it's gonna have way more fluid. Question is, where does it drain? Bro, there's like no, how do you, what? What did you guys used to do back in the day, eh? There's no way I'm dropping that pan. I guess I'm gonna do the old, put the pan where you start making a mess and hope for the best. Oh, what the? They welded it? Whenever they made this exhaust for me when I first got this truck, the shop welded this to this little fake. They told me that this is just straight through. Anyways, they welded that piece on there, so that's no bueno. It's gonna still pull with the trans, which means I'm gonna have to cut it again, like right here. Well, that's not good. What the f is inside of this thing? Well, that's 2 blades down, so. That's why my blades kept breaking. They'd come in and just hit that probably and just explode. If you guys ever want to see what a resonator looks like inside, this is it. It's kind of like a little coil of baffles. Not entirely sure how well you'll be able to see inside of this one, but I don't know why, but I was told specifically that this was fake. So I thought it was gonna cut so much better. I never asked for it to be fake. But maybe he just told me that because I was like a young kid and he wanted to get me all excited about the truck when he made my exhaust. I just remember being told like, oh yeah, I just put that there, it's just a flow right through. Now I think everything under here is done. That's gonna come out with the engine. Took this nut off. I just had to take the dumbest stop filming break of all time. I literally was about to pull this engine, like we got this thing ready to go, and my oil catcher was full, like to the max. And I got everything drained out of here, but I was saying that I couldn't figure out how to drain this thing, so I was just gonna pull the yoke and like let it come out the back. I definitely didn't want it going all over the floor. And it was late on a weekend night, so I couldn't even go out and like buy some washer fluid, put it in all my cars and everything. I had none. Whatever. Bought a case of washer fluid this morning. I dumped all of this washer fluid into my vehicles and then dumped that whole thing into these jugs so that this is empty and we may now continue. I have never been held up for a stupider reason. The approach angle to make this thing clear is just unreal. You basically gotta lift this thing up like full whale breaching the ocean status. But check this out. I spent all last night hiding stuff, cars, rearranged my entire front garage, shoved 2 cars in there. We got a windstorm.com. I mean, there's not really much of a reference. It comes in gusts. My whole yard is just literally an ice rink. But on top of that, we're getting like 90km/h wind. Like this will blow you right over. Dude, some of these are so intense. Anyways, let's figure this stupid wiring harness out so we can get this thing out of here. Got it. Boom! And just like that, no more big, slow, ugly boy. You can see right here, this pinch weld. This honestly, this pinch weld's kind of stupid. If you look, it's like an inch. It goes up like an inch and then there's a transmission tunnel, which just makes it really hard to pull things in and out. It would have been a lot cooler if that wasn't there. I'm probably gonna hammer it flat before I put anything back in here. But yeah, dude, look at this. Look at this straight shoot. Look at all the room we got. So I left the power steering here because I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be able to make it work. I don't see why not. This engine had power steering, that engine has a power steering pump. All I gotta do is connect the lines up to this to make it work. I mean, I'm sure there's technically a reason why it shouldn't work, like these ones produce less pressure, that's more pressure, something weird. I'm gonna try my best to make it work because it'd be sick to keep power steering. I have these engine mounts from when we almost did this to the other LS out west. This is the new engine mount. It's literally just a brand new version of what this is. There's literally no difference. It's just new bushing and stuff. So I'm not gonna put these in today because I have to cut into the frame to get underneath there, take it all apart. And I need to clean up before I start making more mess because there's already too much mess here. But I do have the LS swap brackets already on this engine. That's what these guys are right here. They're adjustable back and forth. And I put the LS swap headers on. I don't think I ever showed you guys these since we've been doing it relevant to this truck. But these are the LS swap headers. They're tuck headers. So these ones are extremely snug. They come like right up to the engine. They don't come out and do any fancy stuff. Now this is loose. This is also loose. And these coil packs are loose. Oh my God, dude, there's so much mess in here. honestly have no idea what I thought I was doing when I bolted this through the engine mount when we're trying to sit it in the car, dude. Come on. Dude, it's in. Not at all, but it's in. We were in for so much more work than I thought. Maybe not, but most likely a little bit more work than I thought. So right now, sitting here, it's obviously facing the firewall. So we're gonna need to get our slope back. You can see that I kind of got it on the mounts, but what's happening is the oil pan down there still touching the subframe. So I gotta carve out that subframe or order up one that's pre-cut to fit an LS. But either way, that's why the engine's sitting kind of, well, actually it looks flat, but it should be on an angle backwards, I think, to get it to fit there. On both sides, you can see this is actually sitting a little bit worse. This power steering thing is not gonna go. So we might lose power steering here. Unless when it, you know, maybe if I get the mounts and it sits forwards, it'll clear. I'm not gonna worry about this one yet. Like, for example, even let's look at these things. These guys are gonna need to get heat wrapped because they've kind of got screwed up after we moved so many times. But right now I can't even get that in there. But even if I got that in there right now, it would still hit this entire steering knuckle because it's just sitting wrong. Oh, dude, I feel like I hear stuff sliding around outside. Oh, dude, my gates are trying to blow open. I think that's what I heard, and I heard them slam. Back over here. This is actually nuts. I'm actually surprised nothing bigger has fell. There's a couple big sticks in the yard, but out here is just little guys. Dude, look how cool this is looking already. I mean, it's nothing. This side's way nicer to look at. There's just nothing here. It's like, it's nothing yet, but it's also everything. It smells like gas so bad in here. That's all gas. So I can use this to reference a couple parts we're gonna need and do some stuff like that. And dude, it even sits deep, like deep. Look at, you could put huge turbos in here, no problem. Anyways, I know today's video is probably a little bit short. It was, my last couple days has been a mess in real life, so I really don't know what this video turned out like. Did get a really good jump start on the S10, so that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys are pumped to get this thing going. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I think that's the gas. I think I should get out of here for a bit. Peace out and stay committed.